Hey, hey, welcome to Confidence Through Cabaret. My name is Heather. I'm so glad you're here. Today is Friday, Focus on You Friday. So today is all about you. What do you want? Going into the weekend, what can you not wait to have? Even if you can't have it, what would you ideally like to have? For a lot of us, we'd like to have like a little bit more sleep. For a lot of us, it might be that we'd like to just have a little bit of quiet time or a bit of time to do our exercise or our hobbies or whatever it is. And I'm talking about stuff that's just for you, right? Not stuff that's for other people. And I realize that a lot of times we do things for other people because it gives us joy. And we talked about that earlier in the week about, being a giver, but also you have to be a receiver sometimes. So what do you want to receive? What would you most like to receive? And this week we have been doing a self-love focus on you February challenge leading into Valentine's Day, because it's Valentine's Day very soon. If you're seeing this after Valentine's Day, it doesn't matter. Self-love is every day. It should be. But we've been focusing on, and you can find this challenge. If you haven't been joining us, you can find it in Confidence Through Cabaret community. So go check that out. It'll be in the unit section. So it doesn't matter. It's all good. Whenever you find it, it's fine. It's still self-love. And that is such an important thing to be able to have and give yourself, be a giver and a receiver for you. And so this week in our challenge, we were talking about falling in love and feeling good in our body. And for a lot of us, that is a very difficult task. In Cabaret, we talk a lot about owning your space, about taking up your space, and about feeling good in your space, however that is and however that feels good for you. And so we talked all about, on Wednesday, we talked about movement in our challenge, Confidence Recovery Facebook group community. We talked all about movement. We have an amazing podcast on Confidence Recovery podcast, wherever you get yours. We had an interview with Alice Zephyr. She took us through a beautiful self-honoring exercise. We played music and we moved to the music. And what was so interesting was how it played out for us of, oh, I should be moving like this, or I should be feeling like that. And we're shooting all over the place and it makes no sense for us. So this was just, we took that particular song was about 4.5 minutes. You could take a song that's 2.5 minutes and just sit and move. I mean, I've got a blanket here. You could wrap yourself in a blanket and just move. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but it is about self-love and it's about appreciating your body and all that it does for you. So we did that on Wednesday. So many things in the community and podcast and also Confidence Through Coffee, where Ryan and I are talking about how it felt for us to move here on our video log. All of this, if you're finding this somewhere else, it's all on confidencethroughcabaret.com. So like all of our social media things or all of our online presences are there, with the exception of our community. Our community is on Facebook. So do join us there because we have a lot of fun in there. And we have some amazing, wonderful self-love people, and we have some people who don't have so much self-love, who go, oh, I'm not feeling so good these days. And then people share different ideas. I'm doing an art project, I'm trying this, what about this? And just we want Confidence Through Cabaret to be the springboard for you finding what it is that helps you. So we love collaborating with others. We love it when others share their gifts and talents and stories and ideas. And that's what it's all about, right? Is just spreading and sharing that. If you go onto the confidencerecovery.com website and you make a profile, then you can join in with the masterclasses. Erica Bowen talks all about hope and little steps. And this month, then we had an addition of Amber Clyde, who shared an amazing masterclass with us as well. So we've just had so much fun this week and so far this month, and we're only in the first week of February. It's great. It's just great. Well, actually, I guess it's the second week of February now, isn't it? Gosh, that's gone fast. But coming up to Valentine's, so we talked about body, and we talked about all the things that honor our body and feeling good in our body and accepting our body. even more importantly, like sometimes we're not feeling good, we're just accepting, and that's where we start. We also talked about abstinence in a point of view of like letting go of some of the habits that we don't like, that don't serve us, that don't cause us to feel good, whether that's drinking caffeine, or whether that's replacing caffeine with water. So switching that back, switching off the news. We talked about all kinds of things that kind of fill us with toxins that are not serving us. And so we looked at how do we peel off some of those or release some of those. And so there were some great ideas there. I mean, I've been on a news blackout for a really long time, and I can tell you now, if something happens in the news, I will hear about it, even though I'm not watching the news, because everybody else will be talking about it. And maybe that's not the nicest thing to sort of say, oh, I'll rely on other people, so that they have to take in all the toxins from news. But online it'll come up with headlines and stuff. So I pick up stuff, and then if it's a story that is serves me to go into, then I do. But there's an awful lot of stuff, because I'm an empath by nature. I get really involved in things that I just can't. It's draining, and it's not the right time or place for me. It's not, it's I worry about things that I have no control over, that are on the other side of the world. I worry about everybody and what's happening. And actually, I think the media takes those stories sometimes and doesn't necessarily serve us in the best possible way. So I avoid the media, and I look for the true causes of source. But we talked about, letting go of some of this. And then we also talked, ironically, the flip side of that, the next day, we also talked about indulgence, and what do you want and what will indulge you. And, that might be something like food, that might be something like exercise, that might be something like contact. So going into the weekend, self-care, self-love, it's all about that. Going into the weekend, have a think about what do you want, and carve out some time for that. And if that's 10 minutes or 5 minutes, or several times in the day, taking nice deep breaths and remembering to be mindful. If that's several times, several, like little and often counts too, right? It doesn't have to be a whole 1 hour block, but take some time and try not to throw the time away. So I'm a fan of Netflix and all of the subscriber channels. I am. But I know that if I let myself, I will start off watching half an hour, and it'll be 90 minutes. And then the next thing, it'll be days and days and days. And so I need to detox from some of those things, because then I sit there and say, oh, I wish I'd exercised, and I wish I'd made something nice, and I wish I'd done something, and I'm not saying add pressure to yourself to have to be doing or filling up your time. Sometimes it's just about sitting still, but switch off some of that external noise, get really quiet and listen to the internal, because you have a lot to say, and you have a lot to hear from within. So make some time for you this weekend, today, and just really listen to that voice, and just really breathe into it, and make space. And then good things can flow in. I appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being here. We love having you in the Confidence Through Cabaret community in whatever way that you've come to us. Like and subscribe below if you're here on any of the social media channels. Comment, reach out. We are on all the social medias as Confidence Through Cabaret. Our website is confidencethroughcabaret.com with all of our content. We have Twitter, which is at YBYWYS. And I am on Clubhouse at Heather YBYWYS. We would love to hear how you are honoring yourself, what you are doing, even small steps to move towards self-love, and how you're celebrating your wins, no matter how big or small. You deserve it. Thank you for being here. I will see you Monday, or I will see you on the socials. Thanks again. And remember, it is your body, your world, and your stage. Thank you.